Hey, I'm Laura Stylez, and my family is from Guatemala. I know bits and pieces of my parents' immigrant story, but they both immigrated from Guatemala, different parts of Guatemala, and they didn't come together. They came separate, but they met in the United States when they started working towards becoming residents and their citizenship, right? I remember this a bit vague because obviously it was such a long time ago, but I just remember I was the only English speaker in our home. So I would sit there and quiz them. And me, I remember having a tough time pronouncing things, reading things, because I'm a kid. But we did our best, we did our best. And I would even tap in neighbors and friends to help my mom and help my dad and quiz them and work with them. I think it took 20 years because they were already in this country for 15 when I was born. But yes, I remember, I have a very, very vivid memory of them being, in that federal building and receiving their certificate. And I just remember the joy and the relief that our family felt when finally we became US citizens. Growing up, my community was nothing but immigrants. And to be honest with you, most of the places that I've lived are that. We're so different, but I think that the one thing that we have that we share is that struggle, right? Of trying to make it in America. No matter what, we were always showered with love, no matter how tough it got, right? But I just remember understanding what stress is of needing in the home, not having enough or seeing everybody else having certain things and we couldn't have them because we had to eat and pay rent, So I just remember having conversations with my mother and telling us, I can't get this for you this time, and this is why. And at first I was like, but I just remember then truly understanding how hard my mother was working and my father and what they did to provide. And after a while, you just stop asking, because you understand. And, I remember it kind of planting a seed inside of me that I wanted to work. I wanted to make money to help my parents and to buy things for myself. And I started working really young. I think it was 12 when I got my first whatever. I was assisting at a dry cleaner just because a friend of a friend owned it. It was just one of those things to make a little extra. And then eventually I got a work permit and started actually working there. But I worked so many odd jobs. But yeah, just understanding the sacrifice and the hard work was something that really shaped me. And all of those values and all of that I still carry with me today. I remember growing up and really admiring the community organizers. My community leaders were the ones that were, pulling in the churches or the mosque or, and people that were coming in just for peace, which eventually led to rallying. My mom was part of a mother's group who was always protesting against drugs in the neighborhood. And just watching her learn and understand and be brave enough to do that when she was such a quiet person was so inspiring for me. None of us would be here without the sacrifices of our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, or anybody who are main caretakers who've led us, right? So I always tell my parents, my dad is no longer here, but I thank my mom all the time because of her sacrifices is that I'm able to live my dream, right? Do the things that I want to do. I will never know what it is to do the type of work that she did or that my father did. A whole different level of sacrifice, but I'm super thankful. And to the immigrant community, we're nothing without you, nothing. That's what makes us such an incredible, country. To me, I feel it's so important. So it's important to celebrate and to learn about each other. And that's just what's gonna make us even stronger moving forward.